I'd like to begin tonight by introducing some of our special guests that we have here tonight with us. And I'd just like to ask you to hold your applause until we finish announcing each of them. So first, I'd like to introduce some special groups that we have here in the audience. We are very excited to have so many people from the leadership of across our agencies and programs with us this evening. We have members of the NCWorks Commission, members of the local workforce development boards, and we have senior leadership from many of our organizations. If you belong to any of those groups, please stand so we can recognize you. We'd also like to thank our corporate sponsors once again. Our gold sponsor is the Center for Work Ethic Development. Our silver sponsors are FutureWorks Systems, Mayor, and National Business Training. Our bronze sponsors are Chamorro Economics and Analytics, Geographic Solutions, the North Carolina Housing Finance Agency, and Two Hawk Workforce Services. I keep getting that wrong. And finally, our friends of the conference, EDSI, the North Carolina Employment and Training Association, and the Southeastern Employment and Training Association. Would you please stand so we could recognize you? Now, if you've ever been involved in a conference, you know that it takes a lot of people to put an event like this together. It takes a lot of time and energy, collaboration. This is a partnership conference. We have people from all across the state, from many, many different agencies that come together to make this event a success. Now, as you know, our NCWorks Training Center is our command center for this event, and they have done a fantastic job putting this together, and I want to take a special moment to recognize that team. And just so you know, these folks, even outside of the conference, they are always excited about workforce. They always have a smile on their face, and they are always willing to step in and help anybody out. So I'd like to give a special welcome, a special thank you to our training center team. If you could stand up so we could recognize you. Thank you all for your hours and hours of hard work and dedication to this event. It wouldn't happen without you. In addition to them, we've had a lot of people who supported their work and supported this conference over the last, I don't know, 9 months even. I think we've been working on this. And so there are various groups that participate on the conference planning committee. They plan the agenda, they help select the speakers, they work through all the logistics. And especially critical to tonight's event is our awards selection committee. And this group gets together, they review all of the nominations, which are all full of these fantastic stories of people that have made real accomplishments in life. They read through these nominations, they get together, they talk about them, and they select our award winners for tonight. And we also have, I don't even know how many, tons of peer presenters, moderators, ambassadors, and other volunteers that have helped out with this conference. So if the members of the Conference Planning Committee, the Governor's Award Selection Committee, all of our volunteers, ambassadors, and our Training Center team, if you would please stand and be recognized. Thank you all for your hours of work to help put this conference on and help make it a success. I'd also like to take a minute just to thank each and every person who's out here tonight. Each of your work helps make a difference in the lives of people all across our state. And so I want to just thank you personally for the work that you do each and every day to make our workforce system a success. Thank you. Now, on with our awards program. Tonight, we have a very special guest with us to present the awards on behalf of the governor, who is not able to be with us tonight. Please join me in welcoming Napoleon Wallace, who is the Deputy Secretary for North Carolina Department of Commerce, and he is going to present the Governor's Awards of Distinction for us tonight.
Don't go anywhere, Catherine. You're going to be helping me out. So, hello, everyone. It's been a very exciting conference. I've gotten an opportunity to kind of meet a bunch of you, and I'm really looking forward to hanging out a little bit longer later on tonight. So this should be a really good portion of the event. From what I understand or what I've seen, we really have some amazing stories to tell tonight. Y'all are going to see some videos that are tear-jerkers. You're going to see some videos that truly, that are very emblematic of what it means to be in the workforce system. And so with that said, we're going to go ahead and get started and start talking about some of these folks. One thing I will say, and I'll just put it out there, I was told at my table that even though tonight is all about the accomplishments of the system and all the participants in the workforce system, and especially some of these exemplar folks that are going to be getting awards, there's also a Carolina Panthers game at 8:30. So I'll try not to be too long-winded. Well, great. So each of you have a program in front of you. Looks kind of like this. Now, each of these programs notes the winners for tonight's event. And I think it's important because, you know, you'll hear a lot of the stories, but there are also a lot of really great details about each of these folks involved in the programs. There's also a website where you can go out and you can find out the details about each of these programs. If you go out to the conference website, you'll be able to see that. You'll be able to see the narrative on each honoree. So this year, as always, we've had many impressive candidates nominated for these awards. I'd like to take a moment to congratulate all of the individuals, programs, or projects, and employers who were nominated. Now let's give a round of applause for all of our nominees. Now the first award tonight is recognized as a business that has displayed meaningful impact and involvement in their community, establishing strong ties with public education and training services, and the company demonstrates an ongoing commitment to development and well-being of its employees. The business that is going to be honored tonight as the outstanding employer is Columbia Forest Products, located in Old Fort and nominated by the NC Career Center in McDowell County. Let's give them a round of applause. And please join me to watch this short presentation, this short video.
Columbia Forest Products, this year's Governor's NCWorks Award of Distinction for Outstanding Employer. Founded in 1957, Columbia Forest Products Incorporated is headquartered in Greensboro, North Carolina. The Old Fort location manufactures plywood veneer products for use in building cabinets, furniture, fixtures, and millwork in homes and commercial settings around the globe. The Regency Workforce Development Board, NCWorks Career Center, McDowell County, and McDowell Technical Community College nominated Columbia Forest Products for this award in recognition of their significant contributions to the local economies of Rutherford, McDowell, Polk, and Cleveland counties. As an industry leader that has answered the call of being an engaged employer, Columbia Forest Products has placed itself at the center of helping to develop the manufacturing workforce in the McDowell County area and is an integral partner in the McDowell County Workforce Pipeline Committee. Through their community outreach and employment training, Columbia Forest Products has raised the bar for manufacturing by helping to implement a pre-hire program that provides new employees with job readiness and manufacturing skills. Because of this company, job seekers who have been considered unemployable are being hired. Candidates being considered for employment are required to complete a manufacturing certification class at McDowell Technical Community College as a contingency of employment. The company demonstrates their commitment to this training by ensuring their employees make personal contact with the students at least 3 times during their training. Their Pay It Forward Fund puts resources within reach for new employees. For each graduate of the manufacturing certification class that is hired and remains employed for 90 days, Columbia Forest Products donates the cost of the certification fees for the Career Readiness Certification, OSHA 10, and First Aid CPR to be used for future students who do not have the financial means to pay for these courses. This gives the opportunity to dozens of individuals to receive this training and earn a sustainable living wage. Columbia Forest Products hosts tours, class visits, class instruction, and company testing for students in the manufacturing certification class as part of McDowell Tech's Human Resource Development Program. In addition, the company and its employees support the community through a number of programs and initiatives benefiting its citizens. Congratulations to Columbia Forest Products on their accomplishments, and a big community thank you for fostering the future by growing talent and community relationships. As faithful and responsible stewards of our forestry communities, Columbia Forest Products rocks.
What a meaningful contribution Columbia Forest Products is making both in its community as well as its local economy. Now, coming up to accept the award, I'd like to invite Nikki Pittman of Columbia Forest Products. Now, while Nikki is coming up to the stage, I'd also like to recognize some special guests that are here with her to share the event. Seated in the audience are Nikki's family members, family of other employees of the organization, along with some representatives from the Region C Workforce Board and other workforce professionals in the area. If you wouldn't mind standing for a second, we'd appreciate it. Now, as you can see, Nikki has a few friends with her. They're not all going to speak. Nikki, on behalf of the governor, Governor Cooper, I'd like to award you with the NCWorks Award of Distinction for Outstanding Employer for Columbia Forest Products.
Thank you, sir.
Would you like to say a few words?
The Gospel of Luke tells us, to whom much is given, much is required. With that said, we at Columbia Forest Products strive daily to live this out. Our core values consist of the following: absolute integrity, share the success, customer service above all else, and mostly important, as you can see around me, we are family. We use the core values to grow our own and mold our employees for success both on the job and within our community. When Mary Ledbetter, Jerry Broom, and Tim Mathis first approached me about how to grow our own, we were unsure as to how we were going to accomplish this task. We sat down at a table with other representatives from our manufacturing community, the local chamber, and our local education system, and asked ourselves some questions. What issues are we having with the new hires? How can we help develop their skill sets for industry-specific needs? What obstacles are in their way? How can we recruit young adults from high school who aren't college ready? I personally took these questions back to CFP and asked our value stream managers and our team leads one specific question: what are your major issues with new hires? We compiled a list and sent our results back to Mary Ledbetter. From this point, Mary and her team developed the advanced manufacturing class. The employees that we've hired from this class have developed a sense of family, which coincides with one of our more heartfelt values: we are family. The bond, the accountability, and sense of ownership that was developed during their time together will carry them throughout their tenure at CFP and beyond. The evolution of this program didn't happen overnight. It was because of the support and contributions made over the past 3 years from the following organizations: McDowell City and County Governments, McDowell Technical Community College, McDowell County Schools, the Workforce Development Group, the McDowell Chamber of Commerce, the Region C Workforce Development Board. This collective group united themselves as a cohesive team to help our community grow and find ways to better our workforce. Lastly, I'd like to specifically thank Mary Ledbetter for the kind nomination. Being recognized within our community is an honor, but being recognized at the state level is indeed a distinct honor. It was a complete surprise and yet humbling to be complimented by such an esteemed woman in our community. Thank you, Mary.
Congratulations, Nikki. Congratulations to Columbia Forest Products. Let's give them one more round of applause. Now, our next award is recognition for a special collaboration between business and workforce partners who have come together in a unique way to address the challenges in their community and provide viable solutions. Selection is based on the goals, results, and sustainability of the partnership and its initiatives. This year's recipient of the Outstanding Innovative Partnership Award is McDowell County Workforce Pipeline Committee, nominated by McDowell Technical Community College. That makes McDowell 2 for 2. Great. Please join me as we watch a short video regarding the partnership.
McDowell County Workforce Pipeline Committee. This year's recipient of the Governor's NCWorks Award of Distinction for Innovative Partnership. The committee was formed with partner agencies, local employers, training providers, and community leaders with a primary focus on pinpointing and meeting the needs of employers. The list of McDowell County Workforce Pipeline Committee members includes McDowell County Schools, McDowell Technical Community College, NCWorks Career Center, McDowell County, Region C Workforce Development Board, Baxter Healthcare, Baldor, Crane Resistorflex, Coach Specialty, Columbia Forest Products, Aurea, Manpower, Janesville Acoustics, Key Gas Components, Foothills Industries, Westrock, McDowell Chamber of Commerce, McDowell Economic Development Association, NCWorks Apprenticeship and Pre-Apprenticeship Programs. The dedication and commitment of this group became apparent, and with each monthly meeting, as word got out on the progress of the Pipeline Committee, more employers wanted to participate. Employers took an active lead in developing the training and educational content, and students filled classes. Graduates were given preferences in the hiring and came to the interviews with strong credentials. The pipeline became a conduit for many achievements, including work-ready communities, apprenticeships and pre-apprenticeships, and the High School Senior Manufacturing Academy. High school teachers and counselors visited local manufacturers to enhance their curriculum, and there was a strong showing of partner agencies assisting and completing the puzzle. These partnerships offered opportunities for training, apprenticeships, and financial assistance through the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act and Pay It Forward funds, shared community resources, enhanced marketing, and a talent pool to meet the needs of the area's workforce. McDowell County has benefited greatly from the pipeline, with 165 manufacturing certification graduates, 137 graduates currently employed, 16 currently enrolled, and 25 graduates who are no longer homeless. The energy created continues to attract additional businesses and community service organizations alike. The McDowell County Workforce Pipeline Committee continues working together to build a brighter future for McDowell County and the region, making it a better place to work and live.
As you can see from this video, that this is indeed a unique and vibrant partnership that benefits job seekers, businesses, the community, and the local economy. They are indeed proof that collaboration works. Now, will the designated representatives from each of the lead partners please make their way to the stage? While they're making their way to the stage, let's recognize some of the special guests that are here with them tonight. They're joining the celebration. There's a staff of each of the primary partners, some additional private sector businesses involved in the initiative, the community partners, and the Region C staff as well. If we get you to stand briefly. I guess they're all coming to stage. There we go. Now, the folks that are joining and the folks that are going to be receiving the awards tonight: Region C, Workforce Development Board; NCWorks Career Center for McDowell County; McDowell Technical Community College, as well as McDowell County Schools. I will not drop them. Region C, Workforce Development Board. There you go, Jerry.
Thank you.
NCWorks Career Center, McDowell County. There we go. McDowell County Technical Community College. And McDowell County Schools. A few words? Jerry?
Don't get scared when I pull out this piece of paper. It's large font. It's not really a whole lot on it. It's a 2.5-hour drive from Marion to Greensboro, so I'm going to recognize these folks, if you don't mind, if you'll just bear with me just a minute. I asked these folks from the Pipeline Committee to come and share in this accomplishment, and I am real proud. This really started in the fall of 2013. At the end of a meeting, there was 3 of us sitting around the table thinking, we've got to do something. And Nikki already alluded to part of that's come out of the Pipeline Committee. Most of you may or may not know that McDowell County is 3rd in the state of North Carolina with a percentage of its workforce that works in manufacturing. So we knew that we needed to do as much as we could to help our customers. Part of what we wanted to talk about was growing our own talent. And without these folks that are here today, that wouldn't be happening. I want to recognize, and I'm just going to say a couple of words about some of these folks here. You know, when you talk about partners, and I've been around long enough, and I think some of you have too, sometimes people will partner with you when you're doing exactly what they want to do. Then they'll partner. But I was taught a long time ago, if you want to have partners, you need to be a partner. And I think that's really what exemplifies this group, is because as varied as it is, they don't get exactly what they want out of it on every meeting agenda, but they're there to support the whole. So I want to start with Andy Beach, who's the general manager of Westrock in Marion. Andy's been one of our biggest supporters from the very beginning. Actually, and similar to what Nikki does with her group, anyone that graduates from that manufacturing certification class and Andy hires them, in addition to the pay it forward, he pays them $1 an hour more on their very first day because they have that certification. We have Stephanie Boggs with us from Aurea. Used to be known as IAC, and before that it was Collins and Aikman. But I just can't tell you how much I appreciate Stephanie. She's been with us from the beginning. Stephanie is very good about coming to the meetings. And I think what I appreciate maybe most, we were trying to figure out something to do one time, and we basically wanted some honest feedback. And it would have been very simple for her to say, yeah, just go ahead and do what you're planning to do. But she didn't do that. Her and her boss didn't do that. They actually gave us some good feedback, and we ended up not doing what we were talking about doing. So, Stephanie, we appreciate you taking the time to be honest, because it would have been quicker to do otherwise. I want to recognize Nikki. Nikki, and I don't know that it was said in the nomination, but whenever we ask someone to help us do something, and we ask Nikki, she's the first one to show up and say, what can I do to help? And that's consistent, and we appreciate that very much. Mary Ledbetter, who is Mary and I have been working together many years ago. When we would do a presentation together, she would introduce us as Sonny and Cher. And a few years ago I said, Mary, you got to stop doing that because half of the audience don't know who you're talking about. I also want to recognize her for, actually she took the time to do these nominations. And I know many of you out there, you're doing things and they're great things, but you know, if you don't write it up, you're not going to win. So thank you, Mary, for taking the time to do the nomination. I appreciate you very much. My other Mary is Mary Finley from McDowell County Schools. She's the director of the CTE program. And again, so dedicated. I know there's times that we'll have a meeting and Mary says, well, I'm on my way back from Raleigh, but as soon as I can get back, I'll be there. And she'll be there to help us, and I appreciate that. Will Caldwell, our center manager in Marion. Will has been an absolute delight. Many of you know Will, but it's the same thing. If we ask Will, can you help us? And his answer is, what do we need to do? What do we need to do? It's always the same answer. I appreciate him. Steve Lockett is our Regency Workforce Development Board Director. And Steve, I appreciate you. I appreciate your touch. I appreciate your leadership. And really, he's there to support us. And pretty much just says, go do your job. And we appreciate that. Brandon Roop is one of our new members of the Regency Workforce Development Board. And I'm really proud of Brandon. Brandon is a millennial. And if he's any indication, we're going to be just fine in 35 years. I know we were talking about this morning. Brandon does a wonderful job. Felicia Setzer is our Regional Operation Director. Felicia, thank you for allowing Will to do his job. And here, I'm really proud of this. We have the superintendent of the McDowell County Schools, Superintendent Mark Garrett, with us tonight. Drove 2.5 hours to be down here tonight to support his staff, to support us. And one of the things I appreciate many things, but there was one agenda item that was going to be on the pipeline committee, and Mark said, well, I don't think I'm going to come because I've heard this before. And I said, Mark, I don't really want you here to hear it again. I want you here to support it and add value to it. And he said, I'll be there. I'll come. And he did. And he's always there to help us. And likewise, the president of the McDowell Community College, Dr. John Gossett. John, thank you. His attitude has always been the same. What do you need? We do all of our meetings down at the Universal Advanced Manufacturing Center, which is part of the college. It's on the college campus. And it's always the same thing. What can we do to help? And we appreciate that. Let me see. Now, I had some late additions. Eddie Shuford's here on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce. And the Chamber's been a real friend to this. And I know I need to hurry because we need to get out of here, but I do want to take this time. Shana Gorecki is here with us. She's works for McDowell Tech and works in that manufacturing certification program. Brad Ledbetter is the Director of Continuing Education at McDowell Tech. Brad, thank you for what you do to support it. Linda Hamrick, wave your hand, Linda. I just went and asked her. This will give you an idea of what you do is worth it. I think I asked her if I got it right, if I remembered it between here and there. In 1997, she was in a youth caseload. And she now has her master's degree working with LifeWorks in McDowell County, helping to change people's lives. Real quickly, I'm almost done. We've got Jackie Godlock, who works with us from Vocational Rehabilitation. And again, is always willing to help us. And our Career Pathways Facilitator, Patty Thompson. Patty, thank you. And again, all you got to do is ask, and she'll be there. She does it every time. And I'm really almost done. When I mentioned that meeting, the other person that was sitting in the room, one of the other people sitting in the room was Tim Mathis. I know Tim is here. Tim was with the Workforce Board at the time, and such a supporter. Tim, thank you. Ronnie Graham, I think you're out there. She was with us for a brief period of time, actually helped us set up a key guest speaker at one of the meetings. Thank you, Ronnie. Appreciate that. And lastly, I want to recognize Lisa Sprouse. Lisa's here with the wife of one of the Columbia recipients. Lisa is the director of the McDowell County Department of Social Services. And Lisa, thank you for your participation in the pipeline as well. I'm going to close with this. We have one of our companies in Marion. This is their tagline, and I feel like it applies to us as well. And it's, the answer is yes. Now tell me again what the question was. Thank you very much.
Now, before we leave, before you step off stage, there's one small item that I also want to note. You know, these systems and this pipeline is truly an amazing example of you know, what happens when you work together and what you can do through collaboration. But in the end, we're all trying to benefit the workforce that is going to be delivered to industry. And so we have a few industry participants as well that I just want to make sure we highlight. First off, Baldor Electric. You're going to take these?
Yeah, I'll take this Baldor's.
All right, perfect. Aria. Key Gas Components. Columbia Forest Products. We know they're here. And West Rock. Thank you very much. Thank you all again. So it's a pretty big night for McDowell County. Let's give them another round of applause. That is great. And now we're going to move on to the portion where we talk about some of our individual participants, each with a remarkable story and a remarkable journey to share with us. Each honored tonight for their perseverance and commitment to their goals and for providing a positive role model for others who face obstacles and challenges along the way. The first of our individual awards is for the teen age group 14 to 17, who has progressed through both school as well as work-related activities while demonstrating exceptional leadership. This year's outstanding teen is Nija Brown, nominated by the Piedmont Community Charter School in Gastonia. Let's watch a video featuring Nija.
Nija Brown, this year's recipient of the Governor's NCWorks Award of Distinction for Outstanding Teen. A rising senior at Piedmont Community Charter School in Gastonia, Nija is enrolled in the Career and College Promise program through Gaston College. Her long-range goal is to become a doctor, and she is dedicated in her exploration of opportunities to reach her goal. Nija is not afraid of hard work and loves a challenge. She has chosen the most rigorous classes offered in high school and elected for additional career and college program courses. Most high school students take these classes during the school day, but Nija completed the extra college coursework on her own after regular school hours. She is well on her way to a successful educational journey, with 6 college credits earned that will transfer to a college and the University of North Carolina system. Nija serves as the Vice President of the National Honor Society and personifies herself with honesty, integrity, and responsibility. She demonstrates her leadership abilities to peers by leading and participating in all of the organization's community service activities. Nija also has an astounding record in the community as a role model of citizenship and community engagement. Nija exemplifies leadership qualities, has a real passion for learning, and possesses the commitment to excel in academic achievement. Speaking at last year's National Honor Society induction, she was quoted as saying, "Piedmont prepares me for leadership through my rigorous classes. I must learn to independently prioritize and complete challenging assignments." Nija understands the drive required to obtain her goal of becoming a doctor. She demonstrates her commitment by maintaining excellent grades, taking advanced placement courses, and taking additional classes. In addition, Nija serves as a club officer, a volunteer in service projects, and works part-time as a cashier in a local grocery store. Nija is a shining beacon of success to her peers and savors the challenge and promise of a successful future as Dr. Nija Brown.
As you all can see, Naja really stepped up her life, put her life on a positive course, and is helping do the same for others. Naja, would you please come to the stage? While she's making her way to the stage, we'd like to recognize some others that Naja has brought with her, her family, as well as some representatives from Piedmont Community Charter School and Gaston County Workforce. Would you mind standing? Congratulations, Naja.
Thank you.
On behalf of Governor Cooper, I'd like to present you with this award for Outstanding Teen within the NCWorks system. Congratulations. And I'd also like to present you with this check for $500 donated by the Gaston County Workforce Development Board. Would you like to say a few words?
Good evening. I would like to thank God and everyone involved with this ceremony, with a special thanks to Gaston County, Piedmont Community Charter School, as well as the NCWorks Committee. My parents and Ms. Karen Bunch, my school guidance counselor, have put forth and devoted so much of their time in me to ensure my success and help me achieve my goals such as this one. Receiving this honor motivates me to work even harder and to make the people who believe in me, encourage me, and invest time in me proud. I feel that with every day comes an obstacle, but you have to put your best foot forward to have a chance of overcoming. That is something I plan to live by, even when it may seem impossible. The one person that models this best for me is my #1 fan, my mother. She's always guiding me and helping me in any way she can, showing me that anything you think may be impossible is possible. To both of my parents and my sisters, I love you guys, and thank you for your unconditional love, and thank everyone here for this opportunity.
Congratulations. How's that for bringing your A game? Let's give another round of applause for Naja. That's amazing. And now we'd like to honor our outstanding young adult, acknowledged by someone in the 18 to 25-year-old age group who's making outstanding educational and career progress. This award this year goes to Ms. Destiny Mater, who is nominated by NCWorks Career Center in McDowell County and by McDowell Technical Community College. Please join me as we learn a little bit more about Ms. Destiny Mater.
Destiny Mater, this year's recipient of the Governor's NCWorks Award of Distinction for Outstanding Young Adult. In her short life, Destiny Mater has faced many obstacles and has refused to be a victim of circumstances. Despite a less than stable childhood and family situation, Destiny never gave up. At the age of 13, she was living on her own and struggling. When she was accepted into the McDowell Early College, she grew and did well, but had to cut her participation short because of family responsibilities and the need to earn an income. Stress and tension in her life led Destiny to move out and try again to make it on her own. Destiny landed a job with McDonald's in Marion, but continued to struggle financially. For several months, her life seemed to go nowhere. Because of her strong work ethic, the management staff of McDonald's saw leadership potential in Destiny, and she began training for a role in management. Being in a leadership position gave Destiny an opportunity for self-reflection, but she soon realized that she was spending too much time helping others and not investing time in herself. She knew about the WIOA youth program, but hesitated to ask for help as she thought others needed the help more than she did, and she'd be robbing someone else of an opportunity. When she reached out, Destiny explored training options and expressed interest in the manufacturing certification class at McDowell Technical Community College. 6 weeks later, she graduated with her GED and several national certifications. Also, she enrolled in the WIOA youth program. Destiny was in class 5 to 6 hours daily, then worked all night. In her spare time, Destiny performed work-based learning at the NCWorks Career Center 20 hours per week, helping Career Center staff at the Welcome Desk and the Employability Lab. Destiny has a thirst for learning and is a role model to other students and customers of the center. She speaks with civic groups about the services offered through the Career Center and has also attended the McDowell Workforce Pipeline Committee meetings. Destiny serves on a special team to deal with and speak to the technological needs of a local major industry. Destiny is currently enrolled in the Web Technology program at McDowell Technical Community College. She was also inducted into the National Technical Honor Society and Phi Theta Kappa International Honor Society. Knowing that her options are wide open, she describes her future goals as suffering from shiny object syndrome. Destiny has endured many challenges in her life, but has persevered and discovered her vocation. Her story is one of success, showing how a handout mixed with encouragement and motivation can turn a person's life around and create a promising future.
So hopefully we can help Destiny overcome that shine awkward syndrome. Destiny, come on up, and we're going to give you a round of applause as you come up. It really was a great story, and it's so easy to see why Destiny received this award for Outstanding Young Adult. Congratulations, Destiny.
Thank you very much.
On behalf of Governor Cooper, I'd like to present you with this award for Outstanding Young Adult.
Thank you.
And I'd also like to present you with this check for $500 donated by the North Carolina Employment and Training Association.
Well, thank you very much. I
Like to say a few words?
appreciate it. Hello.
Right.
I'm extremely grateful to be receiving this award tonight. Just a few points to speak about. It's 4 years ago I dropped out of high school, and I regret that decision a lot, but I've definitely moved past it. 3 years ago I was homeless and didn't have a plan, and a year ago I took a manufacturing certification class, received my GED, and began an internship with NCWorks Career Center. The point of me telling you this is that I'm a prime example of what you can accomplish when you set your mind to it and you have an amazing support system as I have had with Mary Ledbetter and all the staff at my local NCWorks Career Center. Oh man, sorry, I'm nervous. Today I'm actually enrolled at McDowell Tech and have gained a career with West Rock that follows my core studies as an IT administration, and I am so excited to see what the company and I can accomplish together. I would personally like to say thank you to them, and a big thank you to Keith Heiler with J. Michael's Salon, who helped me be presentable for you guys today. Thank you very much.
And I know that Destiny mentioned this, but just want to be clear. So she's now employed with West Rock, right? One of the other recipients of an award tonight. And you've been there for a week. There we go. Now next, we're going to honor our outstanding adult. recognizing someone over the age of 25 who has accomplished impressive goals related to career development. This year's recipient is Mr. Marvin Lear, who was nominated by the NCWorks Career Center in Cabarrus County. Let's watch Marvin's story together.
Marvin Lear, this year's recipient of the Governor's NCWorks Award of Distinction for Outstanding Adult. Marvin Lear overcame numerous challenges and showcased his strength when life-altering decisions were made by his previous employer. After working with the same company for over 29 years, Marvin was laid off. He had a high school diploma and many certifications he had earned, but while these accomplishments were gratifying, he soon found they were non-transferable. Upon starting his re-employment efforts, Marvin felt lost competing with individuals with different skills, more education, and certifications under their belts. In search of help, Marvin came into the NCWorks Career Center, Cabarrus County, and enrolled in the Central Atlanta Workforce Development Board's WIOA-funded program. Once enrolled, he received services to propel his career and job search efforts. Although he was uncertain he would be able to make the wages he earned in his previous job, Marvin set about the task of reinventing himself by learning new technologies and skills. At 52, Marvin accomplished this goal by earning his Certified Production Technician certificate through the North Carolina Manufacturing Institute and Rowan Cabarrus Community College. Marvin's objective was to acquire manufacturing certifications in order to compete with more qualified candidates. He tapped into his resilience and determination as he learned new tools and skills. He understood that he would need to work his way up again with a new company, but he never let it stand in his way. In the face of starting over and the many challenges that arose, Marvin remained focused on his goal of successfully completing the North Carolina Manufacturing Institute training. The support and services he was offered helped him to land his next job. Marvin began work with D&P Imaging Com America as a coding operator and was promoted to group leader within 9 weeks of starting work. Most recently, he received a promotional offer he could not refuse and is now employed with Lakeside Classic Communications in Senatobia, Mississippi as a lead press operator. In Marvin's words, the key to success is to be willing to do the work with the opportunities that are offered. Leaving behind a job held for over 29 years wasn't easy, but Marvin's resilience and determination were rewarded with opportunities for growth and promotion, sending him back to his future.
What an inspiring story and a testament to hard work and the fact that hard work, determination, and strong support can pay off. And it's a tangible reminder to all of us that it's never too late to reinvent ourselves. Marvin, would you please come forward to accept your award? And while Marvin makes his way to the stage, I'd like to acknowledge a few of his family members, staff of the NCWorks Career Center in Cabarrus County, representatives from Central Atlanta Workforce Board, and other guests who have joined. Would you mind standing? Marvin, congratulations. On behalf of Governor Cooper, I would like to present you with this award for Outstanding Adult. And I'd also like to present you with this check for $500 donated by the North Carolina Association of Workforce Development Boards. Thank you. Congratulations. Would you like to say a few words?
Thank you all for the nomination. I said to God be the glory, because when they eliminated my position, I don't know if you listen to Christian music, but Ryan Stevens' song was on in the storm. Can't think of it right now, but when I went to North Carolina Works and the North Carolina Manufacturing Institute, it's been a very humbling experience. I still feel that others deserve this more than I do, because I used those folks to get back in be employed and everything. And I'm back at what I know now in Mississippi, a long ways from North Carolina, but my home is always here in North Carolina. But I used to print newspapers for over 30 years, and now I'm printing magazines, and it's a big difference. But this is a tremendous opportunity, and I hope everyone that has the opportunity to use the North Carolina Works and community colleges to use the resources available and to make the best of it. And once again, thank you for the recognition. But honor the folks that helped me, because everyone from the person I met at the receptionist all the way through has helped me. And it was a very humbling experience. And I thank all of you again.
Now, I'm about to turn it back over to Catherine, but there's one thing that I wanted to do before I do that. I believe in sort of like, we'll call it just-in-time corrections. And one thing that I forgot to do that I do not want to leave the evening with was when we recognized Miss Destiny Mater, we did not recognize, or I did not recognize, the folks that were sitting along with her, the folks that have been supporting her along the way, the community college, the local workforce development board. And I would just like to give them a chance to be able to stand just to say we greatly appreciate, you, the family, everything. So would you all mind standing for a moment? To all the winners for tonight, as well as all the nominees and everybody that's involved in the system that's really been a participant, that's been critical to the success of everybody that received an award. We just want to say thank you, and thank you all for dealing with me for a little bit. Turn it back over to Catherine, and hopefully we'll be able to go watch this Panthers game.
Thank you, Napoleon. So we have one more special award as we wrap up our evening. I'd like to invite Wendy Johnson, the Vice Chair of the Workforce Development Board's Directors Council, on the stage to do the honors.
Go Redskins. No, in all seriousness, it's my pleasure tonight to present our final award for the evening, the Wayne Daves Award for Outstanding Achievement in Workforce Development. In May 2003, North Carolina lost a great friend and champion of workforce development when Wayne Daves passed away after a brief illness. Although I didn't know Wayne personally, I've heard lots of really great stories, and I know that the heart and soul of the workforce development community in North Carolina. He was a friend, mentor, and advisor, providing outstanding leadership to many of our organizations. It is through his dedication that we have the system that serves those citizens in our state who most need employment and training services. His insight, inspiration, perceptiveness, understanding, wisdom, and ability to provide that common sense response to almost any question or situation earned him the respect and love of his coworkers, staff, and colleagues throughout the state. Wayne is probably best remembered as having served as Executive Director of the Commission on Workforce Development within the North Carolina Department of Commerce. Later, he offered his many years of experience, his wisdom, and his unique wit to serve as a consultant to the Directors Council and the Workforce Development Boards across the state. To honor his memory and his countless contributions to North Carolina's workforce system, the Workforce Development Board Directors Council established this award as an ongoing tribute to Wayne and his belief that frontline staff service is the real work of the system. Selection criteria stipulates that this award will be given annually in recognition of the work and direct service delivery staff who are the unsung heroes of our system who work tirelessly to serve North Carolinians who are seeking jobs and career advancement, who are in need of career navigation and training, who are planning their education and life direction, and to serve employers who seek to make our economy vibrant and strong. This year,
You know, it's our 30th year, the Pearls. We're honored to have a special guest with us to help present the Wayne Daves Award. It is my pleasure to invite Wayne's son, John Dave, to join us on stage. I think he must have the quick wit of his father.
Where am I? Excuse me. I know my dad, he's not here, and I miss him terribly, and so many of you do, and maybe all of you or some of you don't know him or never knew him, but I know how proud he would be of all of you because of the dedication and the hard work and everything it takes to grow industry and grow within to build your communities. It's not an easy fight, but I'm very proud of you, and I know he would be too. There are many stories I could tell here tonight, but most probably wouldn't be appropriate. Some would. It's just a great honor knowing that people thought so much of your father to name an award after him, and then how great an honor it is for me to present it to someone that I feel Daddy would really want the award to go to. So I don't know what else to say about him other than I miss him terribly, and I know y'all do, and I know through his work and hard dedication that this has grown to what it is now, and it's something to be very proud of. And now I'm honored to introduce the recipient of this year's Wayne Daves Award for Outstanding Achievement in Workforce Development, Mr. Michael Koury. Please join me. Please join me as we watch a brief video presentation and learn more about this special man.
Michael Koury, this year's recipient of the Wayne Daves Award for Outstanding Achievement in Workforce Development. Hailing from Belmont, North Carolina, Michael Koury is always looking for ways to improve life for local veterans. As a disabled veterans outreach representative with the Division of Workforce Solutions, and now with the Asheville-Buncombe Community Christian Ministries Veteran Services of the Carolinas, his mission is to serve veterans who have significant barriers to employment. Mike often works with veterans who are facing eviction or foreclosure on their homes. He seeks innovative ways to assist the veteran community with a focus on the homeless. Because of this work, he saw the need to create a planning group within the community. Mike looked into developing a transitional housing unit where immediate assistance is provided for homeless veterans until more permanent housing is available. This planned housing unit is called Camp Centurion, and a proposal has been submitted to the county commissioners for funding. Mike and a developer from Reinvestment in Communities of Gaston County, a nonprofit organization, are working to gain property that can be used for the project. Mike doesn't wait for veterans to come to him. Instead, he's created architecture in the community that continuously seeks out veterans and alerts them to the various services available through the NCWorks Career Center. One major partnership is with the City of Gastonia Police Department, which includes an electronic marker for the police department's database. With this new upgraded system, a person identified as a veteran can automatically be referred for additional services such as VA medical benefits or legal needs. Over the past year, Mike helped integrate several veterans into the workforce through training assistance and other services. Of the 126 veterans he served, 99 returned to work, with a successful reemployment rate of 79%. Mike has helped to create an atmosphere of confidence in his outreach, and he demonstrates daily that there's a solution to help veterans overcome significant barriers to employment. Because he knows this is not a solitary mission, but a community mission, Mike started the Gaston County Veterans Collaborative. comprised of community leaders who are vested in helping veterans. Recognized for his efforts, Michael Koury has taken his place among community leaders. Because of him, many veterans have a brighter future.
What an excellent role model in public service, wouldn't you say? At this time, I would like to invite Mike Koury to come on stage to receive this award. While Michael comes up, also celebrating with him tonight are co-workers at the Asheville-Buncombe Community Christian Ministries, the NCWorks Career Center Gaston County, the Division of Workforce Solutions, the Gaston County Workforce Board, and other guests. Would you also stand and be recognized?
I'm proud to present you with this award, which reads the Wayne Daves Award for Outstanding Achievement in Workforce Development, Michael Koury. Thanks, John. Thank you very much. I also like to present you with a certificate for next year's NCWorks Conference.
Ah, very nice. Thank you.
He gets to come back next year. Yay. And Michael, also on behalf of the North Carolina Workforce Board Directors Council, I would also like to present you a check for $500.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you for your service. If Michael's going to say a few words.
I'm going to use a computer. And we're going to be okay, Panther fans. I grew up with Ron Rivera, the head coach. He's an Army kid. We were next door neighbors, the Rivera boys and the Cloy boys. And that's why I'm a Panther fan, because of Ron. And I'm also a Clemson fan because my son played for Clemson. So, go Tigers. Ma'am, Miss Daves, John, family, your husband cast a long shadow, and I'm grateful to be in his shadow and doing work for the community of North Carolina that he so loved. And I want to thank you for being here tonight, and John, representing your father. I learned this evening that he is a veteran. Mr. Wayne Daves was a veteran of our Navy, our military service, the Navy, and so John, in honoring his father, was a submariner in the Navy and followed in his footsteps, so well done. I also want to take the liberty at this time to have all of those that have served in our military services to raise their right hand. Raise your right hand high. Keep it there. Keep it up. Keep that hand up for me. Now that right hand, they swore to defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Go ahead and put your hand down. That hand, in many cases, caused them to leave home and deploy. If nothing else, leave home and become someone new and different when they went through their training. They may not have deployed, but they were ready to. And so as we, rightly so, honored those who honor is due, we often applaud and we say these words, thank you for your service, and they are powerful words. But might I suggest that we do something different this evening? Those that raise their hand, if you could look at them and say two simple words, those words are powerful. Welcome home. Welcome home. So now I must go to my glasses, forgive me. I want to thank my bride of 37 years, who's at home with the 4 grandkids. Because at 4 o'clock this morning, I was dropping off my daughter and son-in-law at the airport where my daughter, married a soldier, went up to West Point Military Academy for their 10-year reunion. And I've been up since 4 in the morning. So my bride is with the 4 grandchildren and having a blast, I imagine. I want to thank some select folks. Forgive me as I cheat here with my notes. I want to express my gratitude to Angie, the Gaston Local Area Director of the board, and her team, in particular Carolyn Beaver, who's been remarkable and even just considering me for such an honor. Claudette Argervite, who is the Career Center Manager for Gaston County, and her team, all of them are remarkable. And then there's Ben Boyles, who got to deal with an old crusty colonel. He was my boss. And see, Ben is a retired major, okay? And so I'm now trying to work for a major as a colonel. And sometimes I'd act like a colonel, and he'd just look at me like I'd lost my mind. So thank you, Ben, for your patience with me. You too, Clyde, and the rest of the team at the center. And there's a host of others, but I know this, that table over there where I sit is replicated by these other tables that are in this room because we care about humanity. We have a pastoral touch, is what I refer to it as. We're not clinicians. We're people with hearts who are coming alongside others whose heart needs care. Okay? So I would encourage you to continue to do what you're doing. All those other awardees, you have exhibited that. All those that were nominated, you have exhibited your heart to the community. But so do you, y'all that are sitting in the chairs and at the tables. And I want to thank you for your service as well. Thank you again for this honor. Appreciate it. John, ma'am, thank you.
Thank you, Michael, for those wonderful words, and thank you, John, for being here to present your father's award, and Wendy, you as well, for helping out tonight. Just a quick reminder to all of our award recipients and their parties, if you'll stay afterwards so we can take a few photos, that would be great. And also just another thank you to our organizations that donated those cash prizes for our honorees, the Gaston County Workforce Development Board, the North Carolina Association of Workforce Development Boards, the North Carolina Employment and Training Association, and the North Carolina Workforce Board Directors Council. So thank you for this wonderful evening. It has been so great to enjoy it with all of you here tonight. And we have one last final day of our conference, and I'm very excited about our last day. We'll have our traditional breakfast bar starting at 7:30, so please come and have some breakfast. And we'll have that followed by another round of fantastic workshops, so please look at your mobile app or your conference book to find a great workshop to attend in the morning. And I'm really looking forward to our final closing speaker tomorrow, Sean Derrick, who I mentioned earlier that he is the speaker for the dreamer. So I know you all will be excited to learn more about what that means. I know I am. And we'll also be announcing the winners of our door prizes, so I know you don't want to miss that. We had some fantastic awards and gifts here. We had a prize earlier this morning, so I know you guys all want to win a prize. Everybody likes winning prizes. So join me once again in congratulating all of our award winners tonight and nominees. And have a wonderful evening. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you.